Now I managed to fight my way past through that bridge filled with those horrifying brain thingies. They are just the worst kind of enemies. They have abilities which would be fucking broken with a boss monster. But the huge brain which sprays out death to everybody down here, there's a way to handle it. Yep, there it is. So let's just operate the device. Drop it down. Goodbye, brain. Wasn't nice knowing you. Now at the downstairs there's this elevator which has become active after dropping the brain down here to these depths. So why would they be an elevator to depths? The dark recesses of under earth. There's nothing here except there is. And it's more or less quite it's aware. It does look at us. Some sort of gribbly bits, a lot of pulsating tissue, flesh, all kinds of disgustingness, but trying some establish contact with foreign intelligence. Still establishing contact. Doing a different gesture, and that is actually very handy thing to do, as the moon rune gives you a huge boost in gained blood. It lets you spill more blood, but that thing can take a shitload of damage but doesn't do anything against ya. Oh, strapped right into the eye, so I'm gonna kill it. Death to you. Now arriving from the Tomb of Oidon, the place where I fought Gascoigne, I found a very distressed woman.
It can't be. This is a nightmare.
So that is the actual, if you are really in the mood, it's quite easy to notice the strangeness of virgin birth. That squibbly thing is a creation of virgin birth. Because, well, half human, half god, divine thing might not necessarily look human. So yeah, interesting subversion about very common mythological and narrative trope of virgin birth. Just being a petty sociopath, I think I'm gonna go and start to big fight with this sad, lonely creature. Just completely trapped in this dank pit and having only a dead wreck of something else as company, but I think I am gonna be the asshole and I'm gonna just mutilate it. A riotous daughter of Cosmos. Although that thing, I don't know what the hell you could call that thing to be. Except it's bloody huge and quite unpleasantly sized and appearing as well. Quite hard to predict what it's about to do. It spews blood and goop and crashes on top of you. I wonder, do I get it killed? Oh shit. It's going berserk. Completely berserk. Oh, I dashed right through it. Well, usually bosses get nastier when they are shit, and it got me. Shit, so fucking close. Damn. And again. But now she's notices us being here already and gets quite happy right at the get start. Oh yeah, she's a stun hit. Hey. That's a quite big chunk of damage that she got. But I did manage to successfully mutilate her at the second try. Well, from slaughtering her, I got blood and a chalice. and those challenges are to do with the Pthumerian labyrinth goings, which I do not show mostly because they are a fucking shit show. But time to go back to the menses. Now, two gentlemen arrive to courtyard on top of spooky castle, and there's a baby's carriage with crying. And where there's babies, there's also a caretaker. Known also as wetness. And this, seeing how this could be there's one chance that this could be the final boss you face, although not in a sense that right after this comes the ending, but more like after this there's just the definite end game. 6 arms. Each one of them has a weapon, it's something like an angelic being, although there's nothing beneath those rags in there. Shit, come on, get out of the fucking blade storm. Oops, where did she go? There she is. But she is the caretaker of something called Mergo. And wet nurses are those who, in a sense, take care of infants. And those shadow forms they come are just as dangerous as the real one, but luckily they can be dispelled with a strike. Oh, that's the real one. Yeah, it's still there. And he's got quite big reach. Oh yes. Now he went down mostly because huge amount of overleveling and having an assistant. It is always polite to wave goodbye and be a proper lady and do a curtsy. Nightmare slain. And with this I also get a piece of umbilical. But and that was it. Completely ended. Time to light the lamp and return to Hunter's Dream. To tell of the victory that I don't see anything else. I have killed everything there is to kill. And sky is clearing. It looks like the morning is coming, but the workshop is on fire.
Good hunter, you have come. Dawn will soon break. This night and this dream will end. Gammon awaits you at the foot of the great tree.
Do you know anything else?
Good hunter, your presence somehow soothes. I sense the ancient echoes. They course your veins. Farewell, may you
Indeed, the nightmare is almost over, for I have slain it. But it's time to also do the before saying hello to German, who actually was quite a long time absentia from this place. It's time to take a little break, not in this episode, but for me, and see how things fare. Just get myself even stronger. Returning to the hunter's dream, and this door to the graveyard is now opened. Actually, yes, it looks graveyard. There are tombstones, lots of flowers, and near that lamp sits German. And actually, when I look at him, he's quite big guy. He has a cane and rumpled hat, in a wheelchair. And let's have a chat with him.
Good hunter, you've done well. The night is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream.
Now, now you could give your life and get one ending, which, knowing how bloody difficult this game is very attracting. But I will now refuse, for I've been here a lot. And German, you know, no.
Dear, oh dear. What was it? The hunt? The blood? Or the horrible dream? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh. So he can walk, talk, stand. Nice view.
It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes.
He's got a gun and a scythe.
Tonight, Gammon joins the hunt.
Yes, and this fight is unfortunately one of few fights in fiction I know to be something about two unambiguously good guys. Gamon's pen appeared a bit creepy, yes, but straight and true. You know, he wants you to be freed, mostly because he's got a shit job of being here. And as well to say, seeing how well he's kicking my ass to pieces, there's a reason why he is the first hunter. Yeah, this is two good guys fighting over who gets to keep the horrifying job, or does the one keep it and does the new other guy take it? Shit, yeah. German looks old, and is old, but certainly isn't easily give up. Now he's taking the gun and the scythe and the scimitar. Yes, these thick brick weapons he invented them. He made the first one. He started to hunt beasts. Others started to mime him. Some were so good that they became almost a religion out of them. So, of course, he would be bloody good at his job. Oh shit, I was got shot. And yeah, he is very good at this kicking your ass part. And see how fucking fast he comes fast, and he's but and he knows all your tricks. He invented them. Hell, you might have figured out many tricks of your own, but well, then, as you can some say, somebody wrote a book on whatever topic there is. But German is the guy who told the guy writing the book what you put into it. Try to just harass him with these throwing knives. Now he's even more into the ouch, big bang. Yeah, that's from software trickery. Guy makes a big show of powering up, and when he powers up it'll be a fucking huge explosion. Yeah, he knows all the tricks. And he's fast. Come on, go. Do my best to focus. So yeah, only piece of fiction I know in which the final fight scene is between two unambiguously good guys is Spartacus, directed by Stanley Kubrick. That's the only case I know in which the ending fight is between two unambiguous, without any doubt, good guys of the film, of course. About how good they were in reality is suspicious. Most likely not. Come on. Shit, come on. I wanna get the fuck out of here. It's so close. All I have to do is get a few swipes in. Perhaps even just one. Yeah, whittling him down. But he is now awake. I have taken his badge as well. took me but tried to smell me but didn't like my smell. Well, actually there's a trick. Say hello! The moon presents a new boss! Which comes right after Gehrman himself. And Gehrman himself is completely fucking effective final boss. So now I have to fight against this fucker as well! But luckily I seem to hit him quite hard. He doesn't seem to be as tough as Gehrman was. Well, he certainly makes it up with ugliness. And the moon is red. Big explosion. And it killed me. Somehow expected. So I killed Gehrman at first try, though it took all my resources, and now I have to fight against that fucker. But yeah. He is the secret boss, and to get that to him appear as a fight boss, you must eat big chunks of humanity. Those third of umbilical cords like you got from the Mergo. Game has 4 of them. You must eat 4 of them, 3 of them, to get moon presence not to approve you. So what does Doll have to say about showing up of this gribbly thingy?
Gammon awaits you. Go on. Farewell, may you?
Well, I guess I'm gonna now do the... I just hope that I don't have to fight against the fucking Gehrman again, because that would be a shit show. Now, this rumpled mess of a man is ready to do some hunting. Gehrman lives. Yeah. Yeah, moon presence isn't particularly friendly mood. Miss! I do not know where Gehrman got the idea to wield that. To make these trick weapons, but they are quite effective. And his trick weapon is very effective, really. But then again, you have to defeat the final boss to get it, so it's not wonder. Oh yeah, it's got hit point to 1 move. Come on, I'm gonna stab your fucking face in. Being proper lady. Gehrman bow. Give us a curtsy.
Are you cold? Oh, good hunter.
That was the ending, the secret ending. And it's very it's the most bizarre of them all, implying that, well, that the hunter ate the pieces of old ones, and with that he has become the equal, like in communion. God divides itself to humanity, and gets in the and this might be that the certain specific enough of being one with your God makes you a god. But yeah, and these are the ending credits. This is a good game, but all the fancy storytelling things and all that, they come quite afterwards. That you must really think and look at those buildings and structures and wander around to see those things, to actually understand or get some kind of idea what there is. But the ending is good. I would say the ending fight is good, and this one ends this series, which I actually never actually thought to do, mostly because how enragingly hard this game can be, especially with the bosses. But time to end the game. Japanese guys made a game about European Gothic horror. Not bad game at all. See you in the next series. But as the hunter awakes again in a dank room of darkness and decay, he has no way to awake from the dream, for even becoming an old great one itself is no relief. This is an endless journey in nightmare. So Gehman, so yeah, there's a new game plus in gameplay wise, meaning play the same game again, but this time with all your gear, and it's harder. Now at the Hunter stream I'm gonna show what these Pthumerian labyrinths are. Is that these are these gravestones that you can use the old chalice rituals, and I'm gonna just show the first of them, of that first Pthumerian ritual, which is of course the most easiest one, and these do not scale with the basic gameplay, so these can become from quite difficult to horrifyingly ridiculously easy. But knowing that this game is something that is designed with the way of brute force cannot make it so that you don't need to play. I think that even if you would max out your your levels, the bosses and enemies could still kick your ass. And these places are well, you will see how boring these places are as I do a bit of rampage, just to show how these places were as a post-game commentary. But yeah, and I'm gonna give you some sort of summary about what kind of plot does or event scenario, or however you want to see it, background, many things about the Bloodborne which don't become obvious in the game itself, about how I piece it together. Is that long time ago some sort of group called Pthumerians found some sort of secret within underground in some sort of catacombs. They were the great ones, some sort of predecessing super powerful beings, and absolutely alien to humans. But some of the as in something like ants are to humans, we were to them, but they did wanted to study them, even though it was most likely dangerous. And then eventually or maybe they wanted to keep them safe, or to keep a contract, something like that. But eventually they died out, and Yaunamites then started to eventually found them again, and they were much more, you could say, less inclined to make deals and more inclined to just, hey, this is something good stuff, so let's make use of it. And they founded College of Bergenworth. And you were seeing that these enemies are very squishy to me, but they were still able to almost kill me. Yeah, but the Bergenworth's college did study this blood ritual, blood thing, blood empowering or something, from Pthumerians, doing some developments of their own most likely. And then in some cases started the so-called scourge plague or beast plague. People started becoming crazy werewolf things. And in some in that phase, German started to hunt beasts. He noticed that all kinds of old-fashioned ways of fighting with armor and shields didn't work because the beasts were just so crazy. So he just figured that, hey, let's just skip or ditch all the armor, be fast, and kill the beasts that way. And then he also figured that we need weapons which are as versatile as possible, so that's why they are trick weapons. And extra shaft to kill stuff far, and then the basic form of the weapon. And he was successful. He killed lots of beasts. That's why he's the first hunter. And there were successes. And in some time, a great one, a moon presence, you could call it, took interest on Gehrman's Gehrman's exploits, and decided to throw a bit of a deal, providing Gehrman a way to... Gehrman had lost friends and allies during his hunts, so the moon presence gave him, and he enjoyed teaching new hunters in the ways of hunt. And the moon presence then gave him an opportunity. Hey, you can continue hunting, teaching beasts for who knows how long, for eternity, for long. Yeah. But yeah, he could continue hunting beasts in some sort of isolated from the rest of the hunt, so he wouldn't die. And he also got the doll to keep him company, or maybe he made it. Well, any case, that is how the Gehrman came and the hunt came, and in some moment the foreign-born hunter, which is the player character, came up. And these Pthumerian labyrinths, as you can see it, are very dreary, and they are also very boring, as in these are just these several layers that you can just fight through. But still, anyways, that's some kind of thing to say about that this game's background, that there's this plague, and in some cases those scholarly things, somebody started to see that the basic blood ministrations of the Bergenworth as a religious sacrament, maybe as a hope to increase their own stature or something, but they founded the healing church, which of course led to all kinds of power plays and all that. Yeah, you could say that it's a story about literally man finding God and starting to make use of them. Yeah, first with some sort of mutual agreement, and then later with man being abusive and exploitive in that arrangement. So it's got well, it's hard to say that criticisms about religion, for in a sense religion is good thing, but more like the criticism of religion as a way of keeping power. So yeah, that's how I interpret it. These Pthumerian labyrinths are still, however, very dreary and boring. So you probably understood why I haven't shown why I didn't went to battle through these, and these also are. And if you wanna supremely 100% this game with the platinum trophy, you must slug through a shit ton of these labyrinths, and which always get harder and harder and harder, and they get so hard that it's actually recommended to go through this place in very, very high levels and with fully upgraded kit. For the it's gonna get nasty in here, not only because of the monsters but because the layouts are just so fucking dreary. But now it ends the series for completely. See ya next time.